sex and I don't use protection. It's my hot body. I'll do what I want. I don't go to school and I kill people. Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope everyone is well. I'm back at my normal time slot. Good to see everyone. We also have the great Kaiser Pineapple.
Howdy, y'all.
What's up, buddy?
Doing good. I wasn't expecting to stream tonight, but then I saw you pop in. I'm like, oh, thank God, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, well, the trial got over so early, and there's no way in hell I was eating like 6.5 hours. And I was kind of busy today, so, things happen. So I'm back at my normal time. It just feels right. It feels right. So I don't know what day it is, so don't ask me. But we have some
Thursday,
fun.
but
I guess I didn't say don't tell me.
Oh.
I just said don't ask me. So you're okay.
We're under 2 minutes into the stream, and I've already ruined one joke. So, all right, I'm good. I'm off to a good start.
I need to get a counter at some point.
I haven't even been drinking yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not subscribed to my channel, or if you're on the replay crew and not subscribed to my channel, or if you recently found me and you're not subscribed to my channel, do a brother a favor and hit that subscribe. I am at 397. At 500, we got a special treat planned for you. I'm going to remove this for 1 second and... so you guys can see the sub milestones there. We're past 250. I already told the meat origin story. I gotta clip that and put it in stone video at some point, or I might just re-record. At 500, we have the meat roast. We're just gonna get on Rumble. I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link in chat, and y'all come on, take turns, and roast the hell out of the meatball. Our roast master is going to be this pineapple guy right here. He already called it.
Yo, what's up?
And we'd love to have you. And then 1,000 subs, I'm going to do 24-hour stream and go everywhere on everything. So I would be happy to have you. Good community here. Actually, great community. I love these people. And we have fun. So I'm not afraid to talk about anything or cover anything. My takes are my takes. You may not agree with them, but you'll always know where I stand. So what more could we ask for? Right, guys?
Yep. There you go, buddy.
All right.
Just want to make sure that before the stream gets started, just want to make sure that I let everybody know. I am not Jesse Smollett.
He is.
Joke. I'm not, so We're going to be talking about some stuff,
He is. He is indeed.
Nazi fags.
Though, he's the leader.
Today, Junior.
So we have fun here. The day show is usually more educational based and usually a little bit more straight laced and clean. The night show, we get a little degenerate.
A little.
So be prepared. A little. Let's say hi to the people here. We have the lovely Impish. How are you, dear? Good to see you.
Love seeing you there, Impish.
Impish is great. She does all my stream shit, so I don't have to, and I love her for it.
I jokingly was talking to my wife tonight, and I mentioned this that I might have to talk. Something about I might have to talk to my producer. And she's like, "Your producer? What the hell?" I'm like, "Oh well, that's just kind of what we call Impish."
Yeah,
That's what I call her.
She's the everything. She's wonderful. We have the legendary 3 beers. The fourth one got left out in the cold, and it's all skunked out now. We don't want that.
I think the fourth one's being held, for reasons.
We have the wonderful Dazzer. Dazzer, you put some great pictures in Chest, I believe. Great short videos. I had fun.
Oh my!
You should go look, Kaiser. Can't put
Already
it
did.
on.
Already did. Already downloaded, buddy.
Added to the collection.
Mm-hmm.
So did I. The great Kaiser pineapple. We have Balder Oliver Shard. The Apostle Steve. What's up, Stevie? Impish, you don't get 2. Just Dawn, good to see ya. Mimi. Yeah, I totally stole that link. If there's any good timestamps, let me know, because I didn't realize it's like really long. So we'll probably go through it a little bit. X-Comer. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Brian is not driving his car and running into things.
All things considered, probably for the best.
Yeah. But we still appreciate your viewership. We just want you to live.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting snow already? I guess we're supposed to get it tonight, but I haven't really looked.
I say, Brian, whatever you do, just don't get hurt. We need somebody to balance out the Friday show.
Exactly. That's Brian's job.
And we love him. He's a great guy.
Oh, Brian's fantastic. So, I'm trying to look at the weather now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, looks like we're gonna start getting snow here in about an hour.
Yeah, just rain here.
Huh. Well, looks like it might come in as rain because it's too warm.
We're far enough south.
They said 8 to 12 inches when I was looking earlier. So
Oof.
I don't want
like
all
the
that.
facts a bitch.
Yep. Welcome to Michigan.
I lived in
Mystic.
Chicago for 3 years. I know.
Oh, yeah, you got the other side of it. Mystic, good to see you. Comer. No, not really. Kaiser's just hanging out with me. Val wanted to, we'll just address it since it will probably come up. Val wanted to step away from the show because he had other opportunities, and 100% support him in that and wish him the best of luck. So,
yep. We did talk a little bit last night on my show. He still definitely wants to show up for the Friday shows and hang out to build with us. Everything is cool. We just decided, or he just decided he wanted to do some other stuff. Very cool. I mean, wish him the best of luck. And as always, he's got an open invitation on my channel, definitely.
Yep. So that's that. No drama. Sorry.
Hashtag no drama.
No drama llama. What's up, Tweety? Yeah, I started. Well, our counter is actual stream time, so it was longer than that. What? What's up, Fast Group?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Snafu. Good to see you, buddy.
Snafu.
Oh, you're good. Don't click on the picture Snafu put in there, though. It's a link. And, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Trust me.
I've seen
Tigger.
it, and it's nice.
The last one? From Snafu?
No, not that one.
No,
Oh,
no.
God, yes.
That has a winky.
Okay, I was talking about I thought it was the picture, like the profile picture that you showed up. Oh God, yeah, I accidentally clicked on that one. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Ugh.
Tigger, good to
Sausage.
see you. I've missed you.
Tigger,
You've been
hey.
gone, but I hope you're feeling better. And just for you, dear.
Nazi fags.
Oh shit! No, that's my spot. Charlemagne, what's up? Good to see you. Fedorowski, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Fed.
Good to see you again. You've been gone for a while too. Hollowed Rose, hello. Roads are bad. Yeah. This for those who are asking who Mrs. Bryan is, this is Mrs. Bryan. Click in the upper right. What's up, Oz?
Hey, buddy.
Moo. Shut up fast.
Daggone it. It's gonna be cold.
This is no drama llama zone, Xcomer. There is no drama. He just wants to do his thing, and hell yeah, go for it. So, met this storm in Iowa, and I've been running ever since. Well, run faster, Stevie. And that's what you get for going to Iowa.
Seriously, why does anybody go to Iowa? I mean, it's like it's worse than Wisconsin, in my opinion.
Iowa is it is tied for the second worst state, in my opinion.
I know. I did a church mission trip there, and it was absolutely awful.
Okay, so Ohio is obviously the worst. I hate Ohio with a passion, but we knew that. I'm a Michigander, so. And before anybody yells at me, I have the pop out of my live Rumble chat, so you guys can't bitch and whine because I'm looking right at it. So, Ohio is obviously the worst. It's no competition. Iowa. Okay, so we're driving down the road in Iowa, down the freeway, and the freeway just ended. Like, no warning or anything. Just the freeway was gone, and we had to divert and go around. Like, it's like they didn't finish building the freeway. It was the most screwed up thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Wow.
Also, we drove in Iowa forever, and there was nothing. Like, I'm not a fan of Iowa. It's tied for second worst with Virginia. That one's for you, Mimi. And we almost got carjacked in South Carolina, and it still doesn't make the top 3. It's number 4. Wild Red, good to see you, buddy. Oh, good. Which one is your favorite? Top, middle, or bottom? Big giant fuck.
I guess I should pick on that too. I'm gonna go middle on that one.
Bottom.
Yep, I agree. That was nice, but I like the surprise in 2.
I do like a surprise, but yeah, 3 was my favorite.
Yeah.
Iowa has a ton of corn.
Yeah, Ozzy, you got me, bud.
Oh, good job, buddy. One mic and a headset that seems to be working out good now. Need to test it out.
Cool.
What's a good way to get to you fast? You're welcome to come on with us.
I've got his email.
Oh, shoot him a link. Can you?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, go for
fast. Keep an eye on your email. You've got a link on the way, my bud.
The one before that in 29 is that you found. It's much more likely than that one. But yeah, we're gonna get hit. I would say in the next 40 years, if we don't get hit by a massive asteroid, I would be shocked. I would be shocked.
I'm like, it's okay. So we know this is coming. Is anybody getting on this? Bueller?
No. Nope.
To the point.
Mimi, you're never going to change my mind. Never going to change my mind. Yeah, you didn't hear that story when I first got back? I'll tell it in a second. We have a shield called the Moon. Yeah, it's not as great as you'd think. Bottom, Tweety's with me. Hell yeah. I don't know if she knows what we're talking about, but...
Sent you the link there, Fast. It's on the way.
Watching a cop chase that just ended 5 hours. That's crazy. Hey, Barb. Good to see ya. Alaska tends to kill. Alaska tends to kill ex-Colorado residents at an impressive rate. Huh. There was one that I was looking at. Oh, carjacking. So I was driving. Oh, damn.
Holy moly.
Well, that's coming my way. So for all who didn't catch it last time, we were driving up I-95 on the East Coast and hit South Carolina. Oh, what's up, Fast?
Hey, man.
Hey, am I in there?
Fantastic. Yeah, I can hear you loud and
we got
clear.
audio.
Okay, well, I got something. Yeah, I got something going on here. Trying to figure this out.
Yes, Oz. There you go.
There's
now we got video.
Hey, yeah.
You sound much better.
Got a new headset and a microphone.
Yeah, you sound a whole lot better.
Jacob, you sure you don't want to stay, buddy? No, I appreciate it, man. Hit that like if you don't mind. Have a good night. Oh, he's gone now. Oh, he's back. There you go, Ozzy. It's been a whiteout for a few hours here in southern Wisco. So, yep, Wisconsin's probably getting smashed. I'm going to go ahead and tell this story real quick and while you're figuring stuff out. So, no court. Yeah, just your luck. It's going to be court and you're going to get screwed. But so we were driving up 95 North and pulled off to a rest area. It was like 12:30 in the morning. Coming back from Florida to the great state of Michigan. And we got out to go to the restroom, and my wife went first, and I hung out with the kids in the car. And I saw this guy come out, and he was like around the corner, and he followed my wife kind of back towards the car. And I didn't think anything of it at first, but it was like, this is kind of weird. And, the antennas go up a little bit. So then I went to go pee at the rest area when she was back to the car. And he started coming towards the driver's side, towards the driver's seat of the car. And I said, oh, hell no. And I rushed back and got in the car. And then we pulled down a little bit, and he went back through the rest area, went to the other side to one of the semi-trucks, pulled down the ramps on one of the car carriers, and just took off in a silver truck down 95. And it 100% was not his car. And we were driving the Tesla Y. So I think he was looking for a quick carjack, man. He was definitely up to something that wasn't good. So thankfully, nothing happened. And I didn't have to shoot anybody because that could have been bad. So. And now it's just rain.
Where are you at in Indy, by the way?
Yellow lights cut through whiteout blizzard conditions. LEDs will get you found, but white headlights will kill you because they drop visibility 0 frames. It's like blah, blah.
Yep.
Fast Group. Have to say before I leave, I love everything about your background. I dream of having a machine shop at my disposal one day. From Jacob.
Sorry.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a 1959 J Head Bridgeport Mill.
Ooh, it's a Bridgeport? Oh,
Yeah, he's got some nice stuff back there. He was giving us a tour the other day. So,
oh, nice.
A little bit of a tour.
Yeah.
Fast. Are you watching the YouTube stream or StreamYard stream?
To leave out of here and close.
Oh, Fast took off. I think he's having issues because I started not being able to hear him again. So let's. He's got the link if he wants to jump back in.
Yep.
So let's get to the topic tonight. So we got some drops from Taibbi, and we're gonna look at some of the stuff that he's that's happened to him today, because it's been pretty insane, and it's been a while since we've done any Twitter drops. Near Lebanon.
Oh wow, that's not far.
I didn't do anything. Are you back?
Hey, am I back?
Yep.
Yeah,
now.
I see you. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, I think I had some things open. I was testing the new mic. I think I had StreamYard open. The wife and I were testing the new mic and headset. So I think that might have been the problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we hear you loud and clear now, though.
So, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, brother.
Absolutely.
So this is kind of my bread and butter. This is kind of how my channel started, doing these drops by Matt Taibbi. So that's our topic for tonight. So we're going to read through his Twitter drops. We got some videos from the Select Subcommittee on Weaponizing the Federal Government, and then we'll talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Twitter files, statement to Congress, the censorship industrial complex. True content which promote vaccine hesitancy, viral posts of individuals expressing vaccine hesitancy, or stories of true vaccine side effects. This context is not clearly mis- or disinformation, but maybe malinformation, exaggerated or misleading. Also included in this bucket are often true posts which could fuel hesitancy, such as individual countries banning certain vaccines. News article about post about a central New York school district closing. So that's kind of our kickoff. I haven't read these either, so I have no idea what's going on. Yes, please take a minute and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What's up, Leanie? Kaiser, you want to take the next one, or you want me to keep reading?
I'll go ahead and take it. So,
Fantastic. I'll drop it in the
Yeah.
private chat too. So
yes, that would be excellent.
there you go, buddy.
Get that pulled up on my side screen here. Monitor all tweets coming from Trump's personal accounts / Biden personal account. When hashtag Twitter files reporters were given access to Twitter internet internal documents last year, they were focused on the company, which at times acted like a power above the government.
No
Take that.
shit.
Yeah.
So something you should know though, Yoel is Otterboy. Yoel Otterboy Roth. Can you see this or not really? Because I know
I
it
got
can
it.
be small. Okay.
Wow. Okay. I'll go ahead and read. Do you just want me to start on the second line here in the middle box?
Yeah, just like read the highlighted shit. That's
Okay,
usually what's
so-
important. So
It appears, if I'm looking at that right, who's he talking to specifically?
he's talking to Del Harvey.
Okay.
I don't know who
wanted
that
to-
is.
Yeah, I didn't either. So, one, us asking TWS to monitor all tweets coming from Trump's personal account / Biden's personal account / Trump's official account / Biden's official account. Two, them doing initial intake and eval. And then the next part here, err on the side of labeling. Ooh, interesting.
Hang on, we gotta stop. Lines on the road do not exist. Only sadness and confusion. Brian, 2023. Brian, your wife is fantastic. I don't even care to meet you. I want to meet your wife.
Yeah, it looks like they said that was a tall order. That last highlighted bit there. Del Harvey is a founding voice in trust and safety and content moderation at Twitter. Oh, thank you, Xcomer.
Do you want to read one fast? Or if not, I can go back to it.
What do we got?
Just read this part, this 3, and then we just take turns reading them all the way through.
My headphones aren't working right now.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead. But Twitter was more like a partner to government with other tech firms. It had regular industry meeting with FBI and DHS and developed a formal system for receiving thousands of content reports from every corner of the government. HHS, Treasury, NSA, and even local police. I can't read
Imagine my
that.
shock.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Russia status, China status, global status, and planning for elections are the categories on Elvis Jackie Chan's news. Emails from FBI. Shit, this is probably yours. Emails from FBI, DHS, and other agencies often came with spreadsheets of hundreds or thousands of account names for review. Often these would be deleted soon after. Twitter folks, please see the below list of Twitter accounts which we believe are violating your terms of service.
Oh,
From
read
Elvis
read
Jackie
after
Chan.
that though.
By disseminating false information about time, place, and manner of upcoming elections. What's up,
Mhm.
AP?
I was gonna say, yeah, the highlighted part is important, but for context, you got to read that whole line because that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Let us know if you decide to take any actions against these accounts based on our tipper to you. Also, let us know if we need to issue a preservation letter, as we intend to serve legal process for these accounts. Thank you for your consideration. Jesus. I wish I could get rid of
FBI
that.
San Francisco, it looks like.
Yeah, FBI San Francisco Emergency Operations Center. Dude, I thought you were leaving. Yeah, I think so too. We'll work with them after the stream. So we'll get them all set up. So we know that Excalmer. But thank you. FBI San Francisco Emergency Operations Center sent us the attached report of 207 tweets they believe may be in violation of Twitter policies. And then this looks like, yeah, that's just the whole email.
And it shows a little spreadsheet down there at the bottom, highlighted.
Oh.
Attached file, XLS file.
Yeah. I'd like to see that one. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Number 5 on our countdown.
What's up, Tits?
Hey, what's going on? So many were obvious misinformation, like accounts urging people to vote the day after the election, but other official disinfo reports had shakier reasoning. The highlighted Twitter analysis here disagrees with the FBI accounts deemed a proxy of Russian actors. Oh, really?
What the hell is this?
So, I'm wondering if this is some kind of like contact map or something. I'm just guessing here. Russian media profiles use intermediaries or cutouts to interact with at Circus Amarillo. This adds a degree of separation between entities to obfuscate their affiliation. Okay. So that's what these red parts are. These are intermediary accounts to help kind of pass stuff along without actually being directly involved.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
So that's where the connections are.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick?
Absolutely, sir. Yep.
What's the topic tonight? What are we actually discussing?
So we're I don't know if you've followed on the channel, but there's a gentleman after Elon Musk bought Twitter. There's a gentleman, he gave I think 3 or 4 different journalists access to all the Twitter files. So they've been slowly releasing the Twitter files and what they said about censorship on big tech platforms. So we're going through the newest batch of Twitter files that just dropped today. So
yeah, essentially they got access to all of Twitter's dirty laundry that they've been hiding.
Yeah, yep. So that's what we're going through right now. So
okay.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to
for whatever
watch.
reason I'm sorry, for whatever reason my headset, they were working earlier, we tested them and I plugged my headset in and that's not working, but apparently my microphone is working fine, I hope.
yeah.
Still got you just fine.
Yeah. Huh. We'll look.
But the headset wasn't, so.
Yeah, we'll have to look and figure you out.
So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but.
No worries, brother. No worries. So I'm just trying to read this document. Amplification of the Ukraine neo-Nazi propaganda campaign over the last 48 hours. Biden is the architect of the 2014 ousting of a leader with 90% support using U.S.-backed neo-Nazis and put his son on the board of Burisma. Is that a true statement?
The above line says narrative tweets amplified by the bots blame U.S. for notification of Ukraine, and then these are subheadings.
And here and only here on Mighty Meat's channel, we have the great Matt Taibbi, ladies and gentlemen. No, you're supposed to put Matt Taibbi, not Matt Taibbi. You're supposed to put Matt Taibbi, not Matt Taibbi. He doesn't even look at the memos. Jesus Christ. Why do we even try? You heard from him.
Why are you saying this is your idea?
As you can hear, he's tied up in Ozzy's basement and doing just fine.
Oh yeah, he's perfectly fine. I've got him tied up. I'm occasionally throwing him a piece of bread and a stick of butter.
Yeah.
So I can oil up his arsehole.
A CIA coup in Ukraine happened, which led to a fascist neo-Nazi regime being installed. This led NATO troops with the potential of nuclear weapons being at the doorstep of Russia. Well, that's also true. Both those things are true. Those aren't narrative tweets. What's up, KI? He is now. Blah, 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 blah. We found evidence that suggests it is linked to the individuals in the Pirate Party in Catalonia and others on the left political spectrum. What the hell is the Pirate Party? Xcomer, get on it, buddy.
Hang on a sec. Reviewing the checklist count, we are recommending to request an ID in order to obtain another signal about the actor behind the account while the FBI asserts that the account is a proxy of Russian actors. We found evidence that suggests it is linked to individuals in the Pirate Party in Catalonia and others on the left spectrum. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to just read the whole section and not just the highlighted parts because we're missing a lot of, like, you know, just going off of what's being said, we're missing a lot of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of global. That doesn't tell me who the hell they are. You guys hear Congress plans to vote on keeping daylight savings time. What a way to keep your finger on the pulse of the American issues, Congress. Yeah, that's important.
Can we just get rid of daylight savings, please?
Please.
Just no more. It's done.
I would vote for anyone who promised to ban daylight savings. God, I hate it too. It's so bad.
See, I'm the one that wants to keep daylight savings time as our always time, you know, so it gets dark later. So it's not dark at 5 o'clock in the evening. I want it to be, you know, be able to get stuff done later in the day. But that's just me. I don't want to change time. I actually, when I grew up in the Midwest, we never changed time. I grew up in Indiana. That's where I was born and raised. And they were one of the last states to actually go to daylight savings time like 10 years ago or something like that. We never changed time.
And we regret it ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I just want it to stay one time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would much rather have more daylight in the evening for as long as you can. That's my thing.
Yeah, well, and like here in Michigan, it gets dark at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, even with daylight savings. So, like, it's crazy, and I don't remember it being that way, but maybe that's just me. So,
yeah, on standard time, it gets dark early.
Yeah,
and you know, down here we're on Easter. And you know, it's dark at 5:30, and it's like, man, this is crazy. It can't be dark at 5:30. We can't do this shit. I would rather have it lighter at night for as long as it can.
Yeah.
That
no, I agree. I 100% agree with that. So, it gets annoying, but Monday is going to be when I get back to work. All right, so chugging right along here. Then we saw a disinfo list where the evidence was less clear. The list of 378 Iranian state-linked accounts includes an Iraq vet once arrested for blogging about the war, a former Chicago Sun-Times reporter, and Truthout, a site that publishes Noam Chomsky. Soldier in the blog, Craig Newman. I wonder if this is why I got. Do you want to read that? I can't read that.
Now let's see what we got here.
If you want to. If not, we can just make them read it.
Well, let me go ahead and pull it up here. Let's see what I can see. All right, so yeah, start of text, unclassified. This information is provided only for intelligence purposes in an effort to develop potential investigative leads. It cannot be used in connection with any foreign or domestic court proceedings or for any other legal, judicial, or administrative purposes. For background, we received information on 2 independent analysis reports on suspected Iranian state-linked accounts. The first report was from the Department of State Global Engagement Center on an analysis of Twitter accounts at J Zarif, attributable to Mohammed Javad Zarif Khonshari, Zarif, serving as Iran's foreign affairs minister from 2013 to 2021. The second report was from a PhD student at the American University School of Public Affairs regarding Twitter account at T Parsi, attributable to dual Iranian-Swedish citizen Titra Parsi, who is located within the United States. Both reports assess the 2 Twitter accounts utilize bot networks to amplify coordinated inauthentic behavior, CIB, thus potentially being involved with foreign malign influence, FMI, activity on Twitter, and violating terms of service. The reports included the following summary analysis of the findings based on the data from 2008 to 2020. Automated account detection for bots during specific pro-Iranian events, election of Mohammed Ahmadinejad, July 2015 nuclear deal announcement, October 2017 to January 2018 student protest, January 2020 Soleimani al-Assad strike, spikes in new accounts following both T Parsi and J Zarif during the above events. Behavioral analysis identified both bot and organic activity. Narrative analysis identified differences between bot and organic accounts. Sentiment analysis identified differences between bot and organic accounts. It was estimated T Parsi follower network since 2008 consisted of 50% bot and 50% organic accounts. Progress towards replicating human-like content and Twitter behaviors in bots. The 2 reports will be included for you. Additionally, an Excel file containing the suspected bot accounts following T Parsi will be attached for reference. Any feedback you can provide regarding these accounts and any violations of your company's terms of service will be greatly appreciated. Unclassified, end of text.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, this document is super blurry. It's blurry for us, too.
I had to zoom in.
Taibbi. Yeah, Taibbi is terrible at uploading documents, and it's his downside. We're going to do our Twitter check of the day on if my account's still suspended. Yep, still suspended. Bastards. One day I'm going to click over there. It's going to be back, and I'm going to be excited. Did I ever figure out how many bots are actually accurate on that website? Not that I know about.
Nope.
In some cases, state reports didn't even assert misinformation. Here, a list of YouTube videos is flagged for anti-Ukraine narratives. USA, other Apple, blah, blah, blah. Russian mogul Evgeny Brzezinski I know that's not how you spell it, but IRA was responsible for the following content, which highlighted predominantly anti-Ukraine narratives between April and May 2022 at the following address on the specified platforms. Fuck you, I'm anti-Ukraine as well. I think it's bullshit. But the bulk of the censorship requests didn't come from the government directly. Sorry, I'm just trying to burn through them because there are a ton of them. Ask if Twitter's marketing department could say the company detects misinfo with the help of an outside experts. A Twitter executive replied, "Oh, I thought that said nipples. I was so concerned." Nipples, are you comfortable with the marketing talking about misinfo, saying that we have to detect it through ML human review and partnerships outside experts? I know that's been a slippery process, so not sure if you want our public explanation to hang our hat on that. Can we just say partnerships? E.g., not sure we describe the FBI, DHS as experts or some NGOs that aren't academic. So looking for a way to hide what they're actually doing. That's always great. That's when you know you're on the up and up.
The word of the day, kids, is obfuscate.
Obfuscate. Miss D. Linda over on the good old Rumble, still working and lurking.
Hey, Mighty, can I ask you a question?
Sure. Yeah.
You just said a minute ago that you're anti-Ukraine.
Yes, sir.
Any way you can expound on that? Does that mean you're pro-Russian, or how do you reconcile that whole war?
I think the whole war is just nothing but a proxy. I think it's a way for Boeings and Lockheeds to get rich. I'm not a big fan of the corruption in Ukraine. I do not like Zelensky. I think he is dirty as they come, and I don't support either side of it. I think Russia is more in the right than Ukraine is, personally. Just for the simple fact that NATO has been infringing on Russia's borders forever. And I think that we've been provoking the hell out of them. So yeah, that's kind of a quick rundown. So
okay, yeah, that's all I had on that. I'm really not that geopolitically that. I think Russia was the aggressor into Ukraine. I'm not a fan of Ukraine either, because that's where, the Bidens were laundering all their money through.
Right.
Right. But also, Russia launched an attack onto a sovereign nation, which was Ukraine, which, again, I don't think they're an innocent country by any means. But,
oh, absolutely not.
Where do you go in there? And
right.
I don't think that the United States should be pushing a bunch of money into Ukraine.
Well, exactly. And I think that's part of the problem is I don't support it. It's become something that's so you have to support Ukraine or, you're pro-Russian. No, I'm pro neither. I think it's a stupid spat, but I understand why Russia did what they did. The UN and NATO have been inching closer to their borders, and if they did the same shit and I mean, we have a historic example of it when they tried to put missiles on Cuba. Like, we lost our minds. So I think that we have to be realistic in what we're doing. So but
what was the difference in that I think Russia had nefarious ideas when we were doing it. is the U.S. having nefarious ideas to push NATO closer, or is what the U.S. was doing is more a defensive action as opposed to what Russia was doing with Cuba as an offensive action? Any
I
thoughts on
think
that?
absolutely. And Kaiser, you are welcome to jump in anytime, Aussie, if you want to. Um, so I think it's one of those things where we have the State Department and the President of the United States saying that they want to break apart Russia and they want to assassinate Putin, and that has increased, of course, after the invasion. But that was said before as well. They've made no secret about the fact that they would like to bring down Russia and and Putin be killed. So that's my take on that. So
Gotcha.
and I'm always open to have my mind changed, but yeah, that's the way I see it at this current time. So
Well, I just think that we still have a lot of unstable leaders in
oh yeah.
in the world arena,
Wholeheartedly.
including our own right now. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
but you know, you have China, and you've got all these places that are just trying to vow for like world dominance for some reason. And why don't you just take care of your own backyard?
Right. Right. And us as well. Like, why don't we stay out of other people's shit and take care of all the things that are broken here? You know,
Yep.
we're
Yeah,
We
not
got enough problems.
we're not the big boy on the block anymore like we used to be. I truly believe
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, our backyard is a sandlot right now. We need to be
Mm-hmm.
taking care of our own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I just can't throw blind support at Ukraine. I think that they're a mess. They're obviously a corrupt country, and we could be better served spending money here. So
Yeah, and not laundering shitloads of money
I
through
agree.
them.
But well, exactly. But you know, we just left $80 billion worth of military equipment in Afghanistan.
yeah.
Why did we do that? Well, because
Don't
we
even get
lost
me
it.
started on that
Now
one.
we have to have the military complex to manufacture what we left in Afghanistan because we don't have that anymore.
Right.
You think?
Yeah, but here's my thoughts on that. That was planned, and I that's my thought on it. It was all planned in advance. They were going to do this because they're like, oh, well, we've got all this material. It's actually less expensive for us to leave it over there than it is to ship it back. Not to mention the fact that it's also, we got to keep the military industrial complex going. So we got to keep the factories
Exactly.
open, building more of this shit. So what better way to help us kind of decrease our stock than, having a great big garage sale in the middle of the sandbox?
Right.
Well, it wasn't a garage sale; it was a giveaway. But you're exactly right. It's like, we have this military industrial complex. The only way they make money is if we're at war. Okay, if we're not at war, that economy turns to zero. So we pulled out of Afghanistan. Well, shit, if we bring all this stuff back home, we've got all this inventory.
Yep.
So we leave this inventory. That helps the military complex has to produce more. And you have to have a war. That's the thing. You always have to have war somewhere in the world to create an economy. And that's why we're messed up with this Ukraine Russia bullshit right now. We left all this stuff in Afghanistan. Well, we can't send it to Ukraine unless we crank up the industry to make more war machines. And I'm a sergeant in the Marines, United States Marine Corps. I serve my country, and I'm going to tell you what, I would not advise anyone right now to go in and serve because I don't believe in the system that I served in. And
Yeah,
I know that's
me
a late night
neither.
statement, but no, we were pawns in a rich man's war.
Exactly.
I'll probably
They
get
didn't have
in
our.
trouble for that. But
Hey, this is free speech zone. I don't shy away from shit here. So we got some chats to burn through.
no,
I
but
wanted. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
nope. Go ahead.
Okay. Don't worry. I had a customer. First name was Dyke, and the last name I couldn't pronounce, so I had to call him Dyke. That's awesome, Leanie. Dazzer, can we use the word nipples? I did, just for you, buddy. Love you all. Need to go to bed because I need to work early in the morning. Good night, Bri.
Leanie's comment's still up on the screen for some reason.
Shit.
There it goes.
I was trying to be fancy and it didn't work.
Oh.
We shouldn't be instigating wars either. The whole NATO thing was pre-planned, potentially. Both Vladimir and Volodymyr are giant bags of shit, and the U.S. needs to stop funding both Ukraine and Russia in the current, quote, conflict. Not to mention we fought Syria in... If anybody tries to tell you that wasn't a proxy between the United States and Ukraine, or the United States and Russia, like, that's exactly what that was. Agreed, and the U.S. only wants to dip a toe in other backyards on a constant basis. Yep. 83 billion, and then trying to ban the right to bear arms and violate the Constitution for U.S. citizens. And leaving guns all over the world, but we can't have them here. Bullshit.
All by design.
Yep. Fast group, this one's for you. Russia said they wouldn't go into Ukraine if they just stayed out of NATO and stopped killing the people in the Donbass they've been killing for 14 years.
Well, yeah, I know that was the whole concern was having another NATO country on their borders because Poland was already there. I'm not sure about the thing about killing people in the Donbass region, but my understanding that Russia has already pretty much taken over the Donbass. I call it the dumbass region because I can't pronounce it any better. That's the western part of Ukraine, right? Which Russia already took Crimea, which is basically an island south of Ukraine, back when Obama was the head of the administration when Russia took Crimea, and we really didn't hear a lot about that. It was just the news just didn't report it. Russia took over Crimea basically to get a saltwater port. Am I mistaken on that?
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what it was for. So.
But yeah, Ukraine was wanting to become a NATO region or a NATO country to become part of NATO, and that was the impetus for Russia invading Ukraine. But that was never a guarantee. I don't know what the United States was talking about. I mean, the only NATO nation we have there is Poland, which is right next to them, correct? Am I wrong in that?
Oh, no, we have, so I showed the map the other day. Hang on. Eastern European map of NATO countries. I'll bring that up. Come on. While we're going through that, I'm gonna. Why the hell won't this load? So, this is actually a good one. So this is the previous Soviet Union. So obviously you had Soviets all the way to Poland, and all these countries. And then after it broke up, you have all of these. You have, so this is join NATO and or the EU. And a lot of these Nordic countries you have looking for membership, but you also have Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania that have joined after 92, after Soviets broke up. You have Poland, and then all these countries. So your real buffer between Russia is only Belarus, which is very pro-Russian, and then Ukraine, which is at this point might as well be fucking pro-NATO because they're 3/4 NATO. And then you of course have Turkey on the south side of Russia, so they're definitely encroaching. So most of the member states are.
But out of those, isn't Poland the? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to say, out of all of those, isn't Poland the only one that's actually a NATO country?
As of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are all NATO. And then these Finland, Sweden, and Norway have either applied for membership or are going to become members pretty soon. So let's get to some more chats here. Knowing people there are at times, I'm a little leery of commenting on this. Kind of has to come from them. Yeah, I agree. You should be sorry, Barbara. Unacceptable. Timeout. Bedridden did say that he wanted to stop the pipeline no matter what, and he did. He blew that damn pipeline up. He won't change my mind on that one. And free speech zone. Biden did. Said he wanted to blow up the pipeline in a press conference. 3 years ago? Probably.
You think that? I remember him saying that. What was it? Biden that said that it would never be started or something like that. But do you think Biden actually had the balls to do that? And do you think that we actually sent military personnel to actually go do that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Media is correct, and Biden said that at least 5 different times. Yeah. See, twice for overt threats can document this. No, I want to go through that anyways because I've done a deep dive on the pipeline, and I'll probably put out a video. But
the more folks try to debunk the idea that the U.S. was involved in that, the more it sounds like we were.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a Rumble exclusive, but I'll definitely put out a video. All right, let's get back to the tweets because we have a fuck ton to go through. We came to think of this as grouping state agencies like DHS, FBI, or the Global Engagement Center, along with the NGOs that aren't academic, and unexpectedly aggressive partner, commercial news media, as the censorship industrial complex. So the kick. I'm just going to keep burning for a second, Kaiser. Who's in the censorship industrial complex? Twitter in 2020 helpfully compiled a list of the working groups set up in 2020. The National Endowment for the Democracy, Atlantic Council, DFR Lab, and Hamilton 68's creator, the Alliance for Securing Democracy, are key. So Center for First Draft, Center for European Policy Analysis, International Republican Institute, Stanford Internet Observatory, Brookings, and NDI. to name a few. Twitter execs weren't sure about Clemson's Media Forensic Labs, too chummy with HPSCI, and weren't keen on the RAND Corporation, too close to US DoD, but others were deemed just right. And that's what that says. So, sorry, I'm trying to, there's like 31, so I want to get through some of them. NGOs serve as check on corporations and government. Not long ago, most of these institutions viewed themselves that way. Now, Intel officials, researchers, and executives at firms like Twitter are effectively one team, or signal group, as it were. Hi, all. Gil Otterboy Roth and I thought it might be useful to have a signal group to keep in touch in the coming weeks. If you'd like to be added, please reply with your number like you'd like me to add. But we're also thinking about potentially having a check-in either on the second or afternoon of the third. Let me know if you think that would be helpful. Thanks, Nick. So what that's saying is NGOs are now no longer for checks on the government. They're working with the government, which is fantastic. Oh, this fucker. The Woodstock of the censorship industrial complex came when the Aspen Institute, we've heard about them recently with the young lady dying in a turbulence accident that couldn't have fucking happened like they said it did, which receives millions a year from both the State Department and the USAID, held a star-studded confab in Aspen in August 2021 to release its final report on information disorder. God, I would love to see that report. I'm going to look for it. The report was co-authored by Katie Couric and Chris Krebs, the founder of DHS's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA. Yoel Otterboy Roth of Twitter and Nathan Gleitcher of Facebook were technical advisors. Prince Harry joined Couric as a commissioner. And we all know about Prince Harry with his... No, that's not the diddler, right?
No, that's the wussy one.
Oh, that's... Okay.
That's the one that's married to the thought.
Gotcha. Jesus Christ. Well, star-studded casts. They all have to go. Aspen Institute. The Aspen Institute. If you haven't looked into it, look into it. If you guys want me to do a show on it, we can do that.
Yeah. Their name came up in a thing we recently covered.
Yeah. Yep. The plane that experienced turbulence in New England and killed somebody. I think it was the first documented cases of that happening where someone died in turbulence. Her family was also on the aircraft and didn't die.
No, it was the plane that went down in Ohio right after that chemical plant caught fire.
No, that was the 4 chemical inspectors. That might have also been Aspen. But
yeah, I remember that stream. I was on there. They were tied to Aspen.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, no, the new one, the young lady that died in turbulence, she was also part of the Aspen Institute.
Oh geez.
Do you guys realize how insane it is that we're sitting here arguing over which conspiracy plane crash we have to be talking about?
Bro, the world's lost its frickin' mind. At this point, the asteroid sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the asteroid in 2046?
Yeah, that one.
There's one in 2029 too.
Nah.
Prince Andrew's yacht trollop.
Don't come soon enough.
I know I want a wife that was ran through by my uncle and his friends and his yacht. Oh, I've only just got started talking or trying to kill Ozzy. So anyways, they're taxpayer-backed Conclusion is the state should have the total access to data to make searching speech easier. Speech offenders should be put in a holding area, and the government should probably restrict disinformation, even if it means losing some freedom. Fuck you, government.
Wow, 1984 much?
These things always get me so pissed off. Fuck you, government. I want all of my freedom, and I want all the shit back you've already taken.
That's kind of ironic. My wife and I were just having a discussion tonight, and she just got back from a trip up to Tennessee to see her kids and grandkids, and when she got back, we were talking about liberties and freedoms and how the government has just absolutely taken control of everything. It's taking control of everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. It's you know, we talk about the First Amendment where you know, it has the freedom of speech. It addresses that the government shall not make any type of religion, but yet it does encroach upon that because it encroaches upon marriage. Okay, so marriage is a religious ceremony, and the government is not supposed to encroach on that, right? But yet it does, because if a man and a woman or whomever enters into a contract of marriage under God, it goes under the tax codes of the IRS. So the government is infringing upon that. I know I'm getting way off on a tangent, but
yeah, no, it's and they're doing more than that, where they were shutting down where you couldn't exercise religion during the pandemic. So
right,
they're infringing
absolutely.
on all over.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You know, we had well, I don't want to get into this, but you know, 240 something years ago, there was an incident that happened over the fact that a foreign government imposed a amount of tax over a certain product that created a revolution.
do you know how much that tax was?
3%, I believe.
2%. 2% on tea.
2%?
2%.
My bad. I thought it was 3, but my bad. Yeah.
No, it's just crazy, man. Like 2%, and we fought a revolution. We revolted.
Yeah. What's your tax bracket?
Jesus Christ.
Not good.
What's your tax bracket?
Way more than 2. Way more than 2.
Yeah,
I know
it's a lot more than 2. Yeah, and the thing is that the tyrannical government that is imposing these taxes is not across the pond. It's right here in our own land.
Yep. Say we've officially lived long enough to see ourselves become the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Dazzer 1234 D Linda. Hi, hun. XX. Screw you, Dazzer. I look at the chat over there. Once every 7 years. Just to keep him confused. Shut up, Sean. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Taxation without representation, a 2% tax sparked a revolutionary war for freedom, where a shadow of the founders were in this country. Absolutely. I think I might have added too much Ghost Reaper hot sauce to my salsa dip. My mouth is on fire, and the whiskey is not really helping. Milk and bread.
Yeah.
So key stakeholders, government pass law or empower independent agencies like the FTC to mandate disclosure of data and provide legal safeguards that protect user privacy, restrict platform integrity, and are in the public interest.
Hey,
Placed in a holding area, demonetized. Sorry, go ahead, fast.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Government should take steps to restrict false information, even if it means losing some freedom to access and publish content. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that? Here, I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll. Oh, do you have a kitty on stream?
I did. Say the wife came in to drop something off and the cat ran in.
Oh, cool. Shenny was saying she liked your kitty.
Yep, that was Raven. She's my little tortie. The one that's all messed up in the head.
Restrict. What does it say? Restrict freedoms.
Where you at? What number?
I'm doing a poll.
Oh.
So my question is what happened between the time of the Revolutionary War, where they imposed a 2% tax? I thought it was 3%, but they imposed a 2% tax on tea and sparked the Revolutionary War. And now, we're paying 30% tax. We've got federal income tax, state income tax, sales tax. We've got excise tax. We've got death tax. We've got, tax on everything. What happened between now and then that nobody stood up and said, "Hey, this is wrong"?
They were able to keep people fat and happy.
They they just basically said, okay, we're going to do this, and it's going to, you might not like a little bit of this, but it's going to be a minimal. It's not going to affect you that much. It was a slow incremental change over time, not like all at once.
Could that have been FDR's new social program? When he was
goes way back
serving 4 terms.
Further than FDR.
Does it?
This goes back further than FDR. This goes all the way back. This goes even before the major political parties. I mean, I firmly believe that there were a lot of involvements there by some of the early tycoons like the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, etc.
Have any of you read the book The Creature from Jekyll Island, which is right here where I live?
No, I have not.
Any of
but
you
I
read
would
that
be
book?
interested to find out anything.
The Creature from Jekyll Island talks about how right here where I live in southeast Georgia, Jekyll Island was a playground for the Rockefellers, for the more that commissioned a train to get all these, took a train all the way down to Jekyll Island. And at that time, there's a bridge over there now, but at that time you couldn't get there except by rail. And they kicked everybody off the island. They had this big meeting, which created the third U.S. bank, which is now known as the Federal Reserve. And this was in 1913 or something like that. I think the meeting actually happened down there a few years before, because we had the first 2 U.S. banks, and it was Thomas Jefferson that that paid off the debt, and because we had the second U.S. bank, and everybody rejected it, and I believe it was Tom that paid off the entire U.S. debt and abolished the second U.S. bank, and nobody in the U.S. wanted a U.S. bank. Well, these bankers all got together and said, well, we need to come up with something that doesn't sound like a U.S. bank, so they called it the Federal Reserve. And that's what they created on Jekyll Island back then, and that's what we still have. And people don't understand that the Federal Reserve is not federal, and it's not a reserve. They don't hold anything in reserve. They don't hold gold or anything else in reserve, and they're not federal. The Federal Reserve is made up of, and somebody correct me on this, but I think it's 12 U.S. banks, which are called Federal Reserve banks. There's one in Atlanta, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, New York, L.A., and they all have a Fed chair. And that's what the Federal Reserve is. Now, they're private, so they're not federal. But the Constitution says that the only party that can coin money is the United States Constitution, or the United States Congress is the only one that can coin money. But they don't. The Federal Reserve, which is not federal, it's private. They're the ones, the Federal Reserve is a private entity that prints our money.
Yeah.
They printed all these stimulus checks, in 2020 because of a manufactured pandemic to lock everybody up. And I truly believe that was a test run on how to control the citizens of the world, lock everybody up and give them some stimulus checks. And guess what we have now? We have inflation. Why? Because they printed all this money out of thin air and gave to people, and they'll put it into the economy. Well, in fact, the vast majority of those people took those stimulus checks to actually pay the credit. That's not what the Fed wanted. And J-Dog, what's his name? Who's the Fed chair now? Call him J-Dog. But he's Volcker 2.0. Yeah, Jerome Powell. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's wanting to do more than what Volcker did back in the 80s. And I was alive in the 80s when all this stuff happened. We had 16% interest. It was great if you had money. You could throw, a couple $1,000s in a CD making freaking 16% interest, and you came out winning. But he's doubling down on that. But the problem is that our national debt was not in the trillions. It's $30 trillion right now. That's happened in the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, you want to know something really funny?
You can't raise the interest rates high enough, because if you raise the interest rates, we can't service our debt.
Right.
Yep.
Well, it's fractional reserve banking, so there's not enough money in existence to pay off what we've created. That's how they got away from it.
It's all funny money now.
Right.
But yeah, you want to know something interesting here? Woodrow Wilson was the one who basically, was the one that introduced the income tax, as well as helped in the creation of the Federal Reserve. J.P. Morgan, Baron Rothschild, Jacob Schiff, Paul Wahlberg, John D. Rockefeller. Guess whose name isn't on that list? John Jacob Astor IV. You know what?
Who's that?
John Jacob Astor IV was was an old money very, wealthy guy.
Because
Well,
I'll be right back.
turns out that he was the only one who basically did not support the creation of the Federal Reserve. Well, guess what happened to him? He died.
He
On
got
the
Clinton.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah. It's funny how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah, funny how that happens.
So, okay, so are we starting out a new conspiracy theory that the Titanic was sunk because that guy was on it?
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't make any assertions. No, I have heard people try to liken that to a conspiracy theory. I think that was probably more just serendipity than it was anything else. So I think they just got lucky that, the one guy who was opposing their major overhaul of the federal, banking system just basically happened to be on the wrong ship at the wrong time. I know I've seen people try and say that there was a conspiracy theory. Oh, well, the Federal Reserve guys, they took out the Titanic. Okay, even to me, that does not pass the sniff test. That just sounds goofy as hell. And even then, they've found the damn wreck, and they've already figured out that that's not what happened. I mean, we know what happened to the damn Titanic, and it was an iceberg. An iceberg and bad design and poor planning. I mean, yeah, it was a perfect storm of shit, but I mean, again, I think it was more just happened to be serendipity that he happened to be on there. And oops.
But again, I would encourage all of y'all to get the book, and it's a fairly large book. But get the book called "The Creature of Jekyll Island," and it's right here in my county where I live, where all this stuff happened. That's where the Rockefellers and the Morgans but it was Aldrich that it was on his private train that he gathered all these people from sea, took the train all the way down here to Southeast Georgia, and held that. And on Jekyll Island, they still have the houses, the Rockefellers and everybody had that they built, because that was their little island at that time that nobody could get to. And those houses still stand. It's historical down there. And that's where the Federal Reserve was created, was right down here at Jekyll Island in the county that I live in. And they removed all the people that worked on the island and replaced them with their own people that they took down there. And, at that time, this was in the early, 19, I want to see, like right around the First World War, in that same area, 1917, that area. And they wanted to create a new U.S. bank. But they didn't want it to be called a U.S. bank because everybody was opposed to that, since Thomas Jefferson paid off the debt. And the second U.S. bank only lasted for 20 years. And it was like a sunset law. The second U.S. bank, I think, was like a sunset law. It was only set up for 20 years because the people didn't want it. So it sunsetted. Jefferson, I think it was Thomas Jefferson. I could be wrong on the president, but I do think it was Thomas Jefferson. He paid off the country's debt. Paid it off. The United States no longer owed any debt to anybody, and shut down the U.S. bank. And then it was after that these guys came up with, well, we need a U.S. bank so we can make money. It is the bankers. The bankers are the ones that make money.
Yep.
We don't make
Always
money.
follow the money.
The bankers do. Yeah. So they created this whole scheme and called it the Federal Reserve to fool people thinking that, oh, we're creating the third U.S. bank, which they did, but they called it the Federal Reserve instead of a U.S. bank. And that created the banking industry that we know today, that they make tons of money off of all of us. And they put all of us and citizens in, precarious positions. I got off on a tangent, didn't I?
You're good.
Sorry.
That's what we do.
I'll shut up now.
You're good, man. Don't do that to yourself. All right. Let's see. Barbara Vance said, Kaiser, did you see my comment about the next pandemic? I posted the article from a few years ago on Twitter. I have not taken a look at it yet. I will definitely give it a look. I'm still getting over the old one just because it's just like ridiculous. God, why? Just why? Yeah, I think they're honestly trying to. I think that there is I think based on a lot of things I've been seeing, recently and whatnot. I mean, I'm seriously considering, like, if they're so caught up in their schemes and everything at this point, if they're, these folks in the government think that we are a lot dumber than we really are. Now, I understand that, the average has kind of slipped a lot in recently, but I mean, let's be honest. There are still people out there who know what they're talking about and actually do research on this stuff. And I seriously, I can't sit around here and believe that, they're not going to be, they think that we're just too damn stupid to not get up in arms and eventually just be like, look, enough is enough, and, finally go get some shit done, in Minecraft.
Well, why do you think that the vast majority of the government critters are so hell-bent on, we are the only nation left with, we're the only nation with the Second Amendment right, but we are the only nation left that has the right to bear arms, and the vast majority of our country has arms. Why do you think Biden is trying to sign on to the UN Small Arms Treaty? They want to get the guns out of the hands of the people that can oppose.
Well, they want to do that, and they were already.
Go ahead.
Last week they mentioned something about wanting to sign on to, like, the WHO's, like, pandemic response team thing, which would literally put China in charge of
our healthcare in case of a pandemic.
Yeah. So, I mean, they could literally just say, oh, hey, new pandemic. We don't think that you guys are really all that responsible enough to be able to handle this.
That's creepy.
So,
hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We got meaty face cam with tinfoil.
But yeah, you're absolutely correct. The United States is the last country that has the vast majority of firearms in the hands of private citizens. And, whether it be hunters or patriots or veterans or, whatever you want to call it, they've successfully been able to get firearms out of every other country, England, Australia, the vast majority of the UK, and of course, countries like Russia and China and the Middle East, they've never allowed their people to have firearms that are in opposition of their government or in order to be in opposition of their government. The United States is a to have privilege, to have that right. It's not a privilege; it's a right.
Yep.
And you can't have a one world government without demolishing the United States and its ability to own firearms. It's the last obstacle, in the puzzle.
You can go ahead and take the comment down there, me.
I'm sorry.
I was, telling him to take the comment down off the screen so we could see your whole face.
Oh shit, where's it at? There we go.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's
I'm
kind
like
of
my hat.
ridiculous, really. The tinfoil.
That's what I think of when I think bear arms.
What's happening in the United States right now is right, and what I think what's happening right now is they're doing everything to make patriots who believe in the Constitution, in the founding of our country. They're trying to do everything to make those people who believe in the fact that the right to bear arms, our Second Amendment, as terrorists, because these people are trying to take over the government. Well, the Second Amendment was put in place to prevent the tyrannical takeover of a government over the country that went against the people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as you would find pretty well anywhere in the original Bill of Rights, if you actually read down into it, and this is something that I don't think enough people understand. They misinterpret every time that the Bill of Rights, the first 5 amendments of the Constitution, they literally are not saying, oh, well, the government is giving you these rights. They are saying, hey, the government literally has no ability to take these rights away from you because you are given these rights by your creator when you are born, immediately upon existence.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because no, the Bill of Rights does not give us rights. What it does is outline our God-given rights and says that no, the government does not give us these rights. The government cannot infringe upon these God-given, unalienable, can't pronounce it,
Inalienable rights.
Inalienable rights. Yes, that these are given to us from birth, that we have these rights from birth. The government doesn't give us rights. And the Bill of Rights tells the government what they can't do, not what the government gives to us. The government doesn't give us anything because our government is of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what's not being taught, because we don't teach civics in school anymore.
Yeah.
Because if you don't teach our children what our rights are, it's that much easier to take them away.
Yep. I wholeheartedly agree.
First of all, would you make fun of me if I had this gun? Because I'm thinking about buying it.
Yeah, would. I mean, I could make that for you because I am an FFL manufacturer.
I forgot about that.
Coach your.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta talk to you off stream because I have a. Yeah, we'll talk off stream because I don't want to get fucked on YouTube.
But I could put the coating.
I sent you a.
Something really? Sorry. Didn't mean it.
No, you're fine. They have new rules that we're not sure of, and it's a permanent channel. Your channel is just fucking gone. So I've been trying to step lightly on the whole gun thing. What's up, Kaiser?
I sent you a picture.
Okay.
I found that funny.
I think so too. I'm gonna burn through some of these chats real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
ask-
you got the circle. No, can I ask you about that?
Certainly, go for it. Yeah.
No, because there's tons of YouTube videos out there about how to, assemble this gun, that gun. I mean, I'm a gunsmith, but I don't know every gun out there, obviously. So I have a customer bring a gun into me that has something wrong with it. It's like, oh shit. So I go to YouTube and I start searching. Somebody else that has had this same type problem. And there's tons of videos out there on YouTube of people, talking about the total disassembly and reassembly or malfunctions of a certain gun. They're still up there.
Yep.
So how is this thing about handling guns? Because they're handling guns as they're making this video.
Not in live streams. Live streams is the delineation. And the reason
So
reason
you
for it is
make a video and up.
Yeah, you can upload a video but not be on a live stream. And the delineation is because of there was the Facebook live shootings that happened and he went live and shot a bunch of people. And that's their supposed reasoning. Really, I think they're coming after guns. But that's their reasoning. So
Okay, so you can make a video and then upload it to YouTube, but you can't do a live video.
correct. Yep. Me?
Gotcha.
My microphone's fine. I didn't change shit. Oh, it might have changed. Hang on. No.
Sounded
my
fine to me.
microphone's fine. I'll turn it up a bit, but
I was gonna say, next time, Tweety, you're gonna need to clarify whose microphone you're talking about, because
yeah, shit.
we're all like, ours working fine.
All right, I'm gonna burn through some chats. So, Aspen Institute was founded in 1949, Aspen, Colorado, by a group of intellectuals, including Walter, whoever the hell, who was an industrialist and philanthropist, is what I'm getting from Xcomer. What do you guys pay on sales tax? Ours is 20%, but included in the price. Here in Michigan, it is 6%, but we have various other taxes. So, Sean, I want to play this just for you, buddy, because I know you like it. Where's it at? There we go.
Scanning for Mexicans. Ah! We've got a Mexican!
Federal taxes were supposed to be temporary, but nothing in the federal government is ever fucking temporary. Kennedy's other high-power royalty in the U.S. Blah, 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 if I can talk. I also agree. I think John F. Kennedy was the start to the end. That's my opinion. ITAR, I know a lot about ITAR.
You think?
And oh yeah, that's my personal, and sorry, we'll get into it at some point, but I really want to burn through the rest of these and get through this Twitter shit. So I apologize, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
ITAR,
There is compelling evidence to that fact.
Yep. Seems to be not for long. Fuck you, United States government. Come and take it, bitches. I've started watching...
I just want to say something real quick. I think that the Second Amendment in the United States is going to be that's the whole problem in their agenda. So yeah, I think that's going to stay. I didn't mean to interrupt you with your super or your chats and stuff, but yeah, the Second Amendment is going to be here. I think if anybody ever tries to abolish that, that will be the next revolution. Sorry.
No, I completely agree with you. So, yeah, 100%. So got a couple more. I have to do that. Redacted. I've been watching Redacted lately. I like Clayton, but I don't know that I trust him because he used to work for Fox. Seems like Big Money has a fuck ton of viewers and did so pretty quickly. It all seems pretty sus to me. Thank you, Barbara. I worked on that really hard. And my wife's going to be pissed when I stole a bunch of tinfoil. So, need to know whose doors to knock on. Of course, Graham. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I watched your year-end in review. And no, but that's what I hear every time he says his name. I was disappointed. There was not a lot of meat in there. By not a lot of meat, I mean there was not shit meat in there. I want to be clipped, goddammit. Someday, Grim. Good to see you, though, buddy. We talked about the Aspen Institute once before, or no. In the early ones, I was very drunk, but I seem to remember it. We've touched on it a couple times, flirted with it. With the recent stuff that happened, I was around for like 3 months last year. So with shit, and then I lost that other chat. What was the other chat? Aspen Institute. No, that needs to be a deep dive show because of what just happened on the plane and the other deaths associated with it. But with that, we're gonna get back to these.
Yeah, let's power through this.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people in the replay like to watch this. So, note the Aspen Institute recommended the power to mandate data disclosure be given to the FTC, which this committee just caught in clear abuse of office, demanding information from Twitter about communications with and identities of Twitter Files reporters. So if you don't know, Matt Taibbi is one of the people that are under fire from the FTC, and they're trying to prosecute. Naturally, Twitter's main concern regarding Aspen report was making sure Facebook got hit harder by any resulting regulatory changes. Our takeaway is how to separate ourselves from the examples and recommendation that read primarily geared towards Facebook.
Good old Federal Trade Commission. Fed's doing Fed things.
Yeah, I know. Glowies. The same agencies, FBI, DHS, CISA, GEC, invite the same experts, Thomas Reed, Alex Stamos, funded by the same foundations, Newmark, Omidyar, Knight, trailed by some of the same reporters, Margaret Sullivan, Molly McHugh, and Brandy Zodrini, seem to be, or seemingly to every conference, every panel. So they have their little group. Not that we didn't already know that.
Your screen is not scrolling down with everyone else, so we're still showing 17. Or wait, no, it is.
Fuck, sorry, I was on the wrong one. My bad. The Twitter files show principles of incestuous self-appointed truth squad moving from law enforcement intelligence to the privates. Oh. Right there, Grim. That's you, buddy. To the private sector and back, claiming a special right to do what they say is bad practice for everyone else, be fact-checked only by themselves. We should trust the government to keep the government under control. While Twitter sometimes pushed back on technical analysis from NGO about who is and isn't a bot on subject matter questions like vaccines or elections, they instantly defer to sites like PolitiFact, funded by the same names that funded the NGOs Koch, Newmark, and Knight. Mo. That guy looks like a douche.
Yeah.
We just got a report from the FBI concerning 2 tweets related to the shredding of mail-in ballots. This is proven to be false via this PolitiFact fact checks. And here's just a list of the people included, such as Washington Post, Knight Foundation, Newmark Philanthropies, Charles Koch. So all the same players that are, and things like WEF and all that kind of stuff. Did Oz leave completely?
It looks like.
Oh. Twitter files repeatedly show media acting as a proxy for NGOs, with Twitter bracing for bad headlines if they don't index accounts. Here's the Financial Times gives Twitter until the end of the day to provide a steer on whether RFK Jr. and other Vax offenders will be zapped. Huh. Isn't that fucked up? This one's even worse, though. With the scanning and copying. What do you say? So what? What shouldn't civil society organizations and reporters work together to boycott misinformation? Or why? Why shouldn't? Sorry. Isn't that not just an exercise of free speech, but a particularly enlightened form of it? The difference is these campaigns are taxpayer funded. Though the state is supposed to stay out of domestic propaganda, the Aspen Institute, Graphica, and the Atlantic Council's DFR lab, New America, and other anti-disinformation labs are receiving huge public rewards. Graphica, $3 million obligated. Rand Corporation, holy shit. Look at that. 8 million. Like, holy hell. These are all just think tanks from the U.S. government. Money laundering. Some NGOs like GEC-funded Global Disinformation Index or the DoD-funded NewsGuard not only seek to content moderation, but apply subjective risk or reliability scores to media outlets, which can result in reduction in revenue. Do we want government in this role? Wow. Do you want to read one, Kaiser?
Yeah, one sec here.
I just want to look at where we're at.
Right. So 23. Okay. 26.
26, yeah.
All right. Perhaps the ultimate example of the absolute fusion of state, corporate, and civil society organizations is the Stanford Internet Observatory, SIO, whose election integrity partnership is among the most voluminous flaggers in the hashtag Twitter files. And yeah, we have got a lot of names and websites there of, yeah, supposedly bad actors, according to them. Yeah.
Am I here? No. God damn it. No, I want to see when I got banned. Nope. I'm hoping to see it in here at some point. Breaking: several Queens Village, New York residents are receiving pre-filed out ballots for Joe Biden and being told to just send them back to the Board of Elections. This is blatantly illegal. Holy fuck.
Of course.
Wow. Perfectly safe and secure election. I'm going to go to 30. And then we'll probably cut it off and I'll do a part 2 because there are so fucking many of these. I didn't even see.
Yeah, we're like not even halfway.
No. After public uproar paused, the Orwellian Disinformation Governance Board, that was bullshit, of the DHS early 2020 Stanford created the EIP to fill the gaps legally, as director Alex Stamos explains here, HT Freedom Foundation Online. So I'll just go to 30. EIP research manager Renee DeResesta boasted that while filling the gaps, the EIP succeeded, one of those, succeeded in getting tech partners Google, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter to take action on 35% of the URLs flagged under remove, reduce, or inform policies. According to the EIP's own data, it succeeded in getting nearly 22 million tweets labeled in the run-up to the 2020 vote. And our total incident-related tweet data included 5,888,771 tweets and retweets from ticket status IDs directly, 1,094,115 tweets and retweets collected from the first ticket URLs, and 14,914,478 from keyword searches. A total of 21,897,364 tweets. Holy shit. It is crucial to reiterate that EIP was partnered with state entities like CISA and GEC while seeking elimination of millions of tweets. In the Twitter files, Twitter execs did not distinguish between organizations using phrases like, according to CISA, escalated via EIP. And this is the last one. And then probably... This is a very long and legal heavy video, but essentially claims that PA election workers opened the inner envelopes on ballots before Election Day and called people to correct their ballots prior to Election Day. According to CIS, escalated via EIP. The video misrepresents 1. PA law, 2. PA Supreme Court decision, and 3. Affidavits shown in the video, details in thread, thoughts on how to handle this one. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen, from part 1 of the Twitter files from Matt Taibbi.
Safest and most secure election in history, guys.
Absolutely. Perfect pile of trash.
Hey, something.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I address something that somebody put in your chat? It wasn't in a super chat. I just saw it in the chat. And
yeah, what's up?
Do we have a few minutes for that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got tired of reading shit, so I'll do a second video for that. But I just figured we'd have a discussion for like a half an hour and hang out. So.
Okay, so I can address something that I saw in the chat. Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
yeah, anytime, buddy.
Okay, so I just happened to see, and it's from Double A, and it says, if the government is using ARs and high round mags, then the citizens whose right is to overthrow a tyrannical government is allowed the same. Okay, well, there's some truth in that, and there's some not truth in that. And first of all, the government has never used AR-15s, AR platform rifles. Okay, right. I want to clear that up first. ARs have never been a military weapon. They've never been. AR stands for Armalite Rifle.
Yep.
They were the company that Stoner built or designed that weapon for. Okay.
Yeah. Eugene Stoner. Yes.
So the government doesn't use ARs. Never. Yes, Eugene Stoner. Did I say something different? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Eugene Stoner developed the XM16. That was the first rifle that Eugene Stoner designed to replace the M14. and it stood for Armalite rifle, not assault rifle, not anything else. So the United States government has never used an AR-15 in military. The AR-15 is a civilian semi-automatic version of the M16 rifle that they used. Okay, the same as the M14 was a fully automatic rifle, and the M1A is a civilian version of it. People don't understand this. You can buy a Springfield M1A, and Camp Perry still holds national matches for the M1A. Same exact rifle, shoots a 308 round, which is a much bigger round than the 223 or the 5.56. But it's a semi-automatic version, holds a 20-round magazine, just like the M14, except the M14 was a fully automatic version. There's no difference between those two rifles as far as the function. One was military, one was not. Oh, just lost this. And then it goes on to say the citizens whose right it is to overthrow a tyrannical government is allowed the same. Okay, this delves in deeply into the Second Amendment, but that's exactly right that our founding fathers, when they wrote the Second Amendment, of course, most people don't realize that before the Bill of Rights came out, we had already gone through the Articles of Confederation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our Bill of Rights, which was our Constitution, that didn't come in until 1787. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like our. Yeah, it wasn't like our Constitution was written in 1776 when the Revolution started. No, we had serious problems. After we won the Revolutionary War, we had serious problems in our new government because we were operating under the Articles of Confederation. Our Bill of Rights and our first Constitution did not come into play and wasn't ratified until 1787. Okay, so there was a lot of transitions that went through during that time. But yes, this individual, and I have a lot of text again, is right that the Second Amendment was written that the people should have the exact arms that the government possessed in order for the government to not be tyrannical. And, I go along with Bronca's fact that law against gun control is facially unconstitutional. Because if the government greater than citizenry can have, then that government becomes tyrannical because it has power over the people, and people are supposed to have the power over the government. So I just wanted to throw that. I just saw that text and it just caught my attention, and and then we have all these laws that have been implemented since the Bill of Rights that says, oh well, anything to try to take over the government is subversive and, against the law. Well, how do all of those laws that they have passed since then that says that anything you do to try to, and they talk about, you try to take over the government, and in which they tried to make this the January 6th thing, in which we saw a whole lot of video come out in the last few days. How does Congress make these laws that says, anything that you do against your government is subversive, and it's a felony to try to do anything to your government. But yet our Second Amendment specifically states that it is for the whole Second Amendment to exist for government. Well, where is the definition of a tyrannical government? We talked about it earlier, that the definition of a tyrannical government was a 2% tax on tea.
Right. Yeah, and it's not defined anywhere.
So
and
how? Yeah, so that was my point. I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted the discussion to go to somebody else. There's been tons of laws passed that, you can't do anything against your federal government, just like what they did. They're holding all these people from the January 6th incident, because it's not an insurrection. Tucker Carlson just released a whole shit ton of film where the Capitol Police led them into the Capitol, and they were peaceful. They were mostly peaceful protesters. Where have we heard that? They didn't burn anything. So we have all these laws that says, well, if you do anything against the government, it's illegal and this and that kind of stuff. But yet our Second Amendment was set up specifically to, how do we reconcile all of that?
Well, we can't, at this point, we don't have a way to. And it's going to get to a point. We've let it get out of hand so much that it's got to get to a point where we have to do something about it. Or they're going to keep trampling on us like they have. And in my opinion, will continue to do. I mean, we have lost our power of leverage. We've lost our power of being able to change things effectively. It needs to, at this point, be something where we're either gonna take it, or we're gonna fight back. And in Minecraft, YouTube, fuck off. But it's got to be one of those things where we're either going to take it or do something about it. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, let me ask both of you guys that are on here, what do you think that is our constitutional process? And there are people have been, pushing the Article 5 Convention of States. That's in our Constitution. What do y'all think about that?
I'm always have been a big supporter of Convention of States. I work with them, and I've done several things with them. I've promoted them on here. I think it's our best option left that doesn't end in complete hell. I think it's the only option that we really have left to make a difference. So it's kind of that last ditch effort to be able to.
It's the last guardrail before. Yeah, it's the last guardrail before we go off the cliff.
Yeah. Absolutely. So,
and I did also want to bring this kind of up here. Just kind of throw this in. So, just in case anybody was ever curious about this, because with talk about Second Amendment and AR-15s and whatnot, just remember that I'm sharing this for you there. So, if you'll bring that up on the screen, this is a letter of marque from James Madison to William Bradford, March 23rd, 1778, specifically regarding the use of cannons and field artillery in private hands. Basically, this private ship, this privateer ship, or this basically private ship, privately owned merchant ship, was afraid of possible piracy, and they literally went to the government, the fledgling government at the time, and said, "Hey, can we get cannons on our ship? Is that going to violate anything? Because we're afraid we're going to get raided." And the short answer or the TLDR to basically what happened was that James Madison wrote back to him and said, "Second Amendment says what it says. Fuck off. Go buy some damn cannons."
Right.
Mhm.
So, and
You know.
and let me hit some Rumble chats because they say I'm
Yeah.
ignoring them, even though I'm not. Rumble, Delinda, I would say it's your government that won't loosen their grip on powers. Of course. Fuck you, Woodrow Wilson, if it hasn't been said yet. I think people are directing this are not from the U.S. and they know they are fucking with, in other words, to me, that's their attempts to keep failing. And then USA has the most aware citizens because we have access to so much info. Mind war your perception on reality. Government is supposed to protect our rights, not infringe upon them. Are you asking if we lose rights or the government loses right? I don't know what the hell that means, Linda. I'm going to be honest with you. Probably my poll.
Government
that was
doesn't have
probably
rights.
worded shitty. Right. Oh, no, my poll was written correctly. Hell no won with 82% of the vote. Thank God. Maybe 14%. And yes, no worries. 3% on. Do you think the government should censor information and we lose some rights? I should have put a we in there. My bad.
No.
So yeah.
Absolutely effing not.
No, the rights are of the people, not the government.
Right.
I prefer a dangerous freedom to a safe, enslavement and servitude to a federal government.
Yeah, I forget who said that, but I absolutely agree that you don't sacrifice some indentured safety that infringes your liberty.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that. I can take care of my own safety. And
I have spoken!
Shared something there for you, Meaty.
exactly. 100%.
Guys are carpet bombing with facts.
Carpet bombing with something.
Fuck!
Just because I can. Just because I can. I love me some fuck duck.
Yep. Here you go. Another one just threw up there for you.
I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery, of course.
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, there we go. All right, so now what I want to do, gentle ladies and men, where the fuck?
I didn't see it long enough.
It was Thomas Jefferson. I prefer dangerous freedom to peaceful
Dangerous
slavery.
freedom over what?
Over
Peaceful slavery.
Yeah, right. Yep. That's it. I was paraphrasing.
Yep.
I had. I had news, and then
Right. And what Barbara Vance says, she was. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was saying Barbara Vance said the same thing, paraphrasing, those who would give up liberty for safety deserve neither. That's what I was going at. And then you put up what Jefferson actually said. So yeah.
Yep.
And again, double A brings up a good question. Are we truly self-governed anymore? No, we're not. I would say we're
Nope.
not self-governed. We are
Nope.
so far controlled by our government that our forefathers, us in our constitutional republic, that we would be self-governed is done. That experiment's over. They took it away from us. It didn't fail. It was robbed from us because the government took it over and stopped allowing us to be self-governed.
Well, if you can keep it, and we couldn't keep it. So, I mean, that's the reality, is we couldn't keep it.
We can get it back again, but it's going to take some serious... Yeah.
No, we could keep it. The problem was we thought we were keeping it when we allowed a government to get so fucking big to take it away from us. And we didn't realize that the government was taking it away from us, because during FDR, he instituted all these social experiments with Social Security and all this stuff. They engineered to take it away from us, and we didn't know it was happening.
Yep.
That's my personal take on it, that our social experiment, if you want to, about that we could be self-governed, was tricked away from us.
Yeah. Yep.
Prove me wrong.
Completely agree. But they're hell-bent on keeping us back from being able to take it back. Exactly. Well, it takes discomfort. It takes uncomfortableness to take it back. And most people aren't willing to do that. So we get what we are. That's my opinion. So, Kaiser, I got news, and I got news for you. That means you're gay, but I have a real news intro, because I've been doing a topic and then want to flip into news because there's so much of it. So this is my new intro. Tell me what you think, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what do you think?
Very nice.
Not terrible?
Only critique I would say is just kind of from my own media background and everything. Yeah. Keep it at cut it to about 10 seconds at max.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I okay, I'll cut it down.
Yeah.
But I like the song. The song was nice.
Yes.
Tweety says 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Digger said a little long. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit long, but cuts are still too long. Okay.
Process of setting up my own stream.
Oh, you still haven't done it yet? Or just tonight? Okay, good to know. All right. This is up, right? Okay.
Yep.
This is the first time I can recall seeing the National Weather Service forecast 4 major mountain passes in California to see over 100 inches of snow from one storm. This is just humongous snow totals from one of our lovely viewers.
But, remember, everybody, global warming is going to dry up all the lakes and it's going to kill everything.
Yep. So they're going to get a hell of a lot of snow.
The California 7-year precipitation, floods.
Yeah, I mean,
those aren't a thing anymore. He's like, just believe what we tell you to, and don't actually research it, because if you do, you're a bigot.
Well, yeah, that precipitation would probably put out all those California wildfires, right?
Mm-hmm. It would definitely bring the water levels of Lake Mead back up.
You're in the East Coast and you haven't got an inch yet? What the hell? I got 9 3/4, Laney. Anyways, I'm done hitting on Laney for a minute.
Well, the whole thing was. I'm sorry. I was just say the whole thing with the global warming thing was when that failed to prove to be true, then they had to change the definition to climate change. So it's like, oh well, global warming fucked up. That didn't pan out, so we had to change it to global warming. So now we have a narrative that it could be anything. Climate change means anything: warming, cooling, tornadoes, whatever. We just came up with something new that we can create a narrative on whatever happens with the weather that happens all the freaking time because it's cyclic.
Right.
Yeah. There's a really interesting study out there. So I listened to a guy who does a lot of like geology and stuff like that. His name's Randall Carlson. And he actually, in trying to do some research on his main topic, which is the end of the Ice Age, he got basically, like, based on ice core samples and geologic strata, stuff like that, got basically what they could piece together of a climate map for about the last couple million years. And it's pretty fascinating when you see that, like, based on just the levels and densities of different chemicals in the soil composition, ice cores, all that, and then what records we have from the time periods, as you kind of go into human history, that we're actually in a kind of a pretty temperate to cool spot in the overall climate cycle. This is nothing compared to the little Ice Age, or there was a couple of years where things got really bad, really hot. It's crazy. He's like, trust me, what we're seeing right now, is nothing. The Earth is taking care of itself. It does what it's going to do. And kind of basically says, is there a measurable effect that humans are having on the climate? Yeah, possibly, but it's such a small, negligible amount compared to the overall picture. That's what they're not focusing on. They're like, oh, humans are having an effect. It must be a huge swing effect. No, it's like barely a tenth of a degree.
A little bit, yeah. I'm gonna play this video and then go through some. Oh, yeah, go for it, buddy.
Can I throw? what I was going to say, probably one of the biggest effects on our climate is the fact that we're building concrete cities and tearing out all the trees.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all these big cities that are just filled with concrete, New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Atlanta, all these places where we've just built concrete cities. Well, what did we do to create these cities? We tore out all the frickin' trees. I am a conservationist, and I'm a hunter. I'm a steward of our environment. We need to stop cutting down all of our trees and creating subdivision in mass cities. That's
Right.
the biggest problem. What happens when the sunlight hits the concrete? It reflects energy. So in my opinion, one of the worst things we're doing is creating concrete cities.
No, I agree.
Yep.
Uh,
Really fascinating story I recently heard about that has actually been substantiated as a measurable effect on climate change has actually been the fact that all the mammoths are dead from at the end of the ice age,
Mhm.
because they were basically finding that the permafrost in like areas like Siberia and stuff that help keep the temperatures and everything, keep all this stuff like at a measurable level was freaking mammoths. There were enough of them in the Siberian tundra alone to keep the permafrost like packed down. And there's a really great interview with Forrest Galante. He's a conservationalist who did a spot on Joe Rogan. I'll drop it in the show notes over on Meaty's channel. It's worth the watch, but basically there's a company that is now officially trying to clone mammoths and bring them back and actually release them in the Siberian tundra again. It sounds crazy, but they're literally doing a place called Plasticine Park. I can't make this up.
Holy shit. Wow.
They're going to bring mammoths back.
Wow. Leanie, you're about to get punished, dear. Punished. That's all I got to say. Super chat of 999.99 euros. Did it work? No, it did not, Grim. But one day, buddy. Another super chat of 420.69. This did work. Thank you.
You always come over to my Rumble and
right.
Send a super chat of 69.69.
Yeah, go for it. Or mine. Is anyone streaming tomorrow at all, since there's no trial tomorrow? Fed, I'll probably be I'll be streaming Legos at 8:30 for absolutely sure. And prior to that, I'll probably do a noon stream to catch up on Twitter files, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So don't hold me to that, but I would think that there's a pretty good chance of it. And
I will be working tomorrow, so I will not be involved.
Also, watch this video if you didn't see it on gun control. It was one of the ones that I thought was good. It does
On gun control.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat. It says gun control, but it's just watch it. If you get a second, watch it. I think it was one of my better videos, and it goes into Federalist Papers, the actual Second Amendment, all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah. So I thought it was one of the best ones I've done. I'm getting to the snow. You said bring up the Donner Pass video, so I'm getting there, Tweety. Just relax, dear. So this is insane. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Hey, where is this at?
Donner
California.
Pass.
Donner Pass, California.
Donner, party of 4, party of 3, party of 2.
That's crazy. So we're going to jump right over here into breaking. This is yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to cover it. Multiple police officers have been shot with a massive police response underway in Los Angeles, California. Currently, a massive police response is underway after 3 police officers have been shot in Los Angeles County. The suspect is currently barricaded inside a garage as SWAT and tactical units have been called to the scene. Police are asking the public to avoid the area. That is a dangerous situation. I don't think the video has much information, but got a chopper. Okay, we'll wait for you. So obviously a lot of police. And there was an update to this story. Here's what we know so far about the 3 officers that have been shot. All 3 officers have been shot. Were part of the Metro SWAT team. All officers in critical condition. Gunmen reportedly barricaded inside the garage. A citywide tactical alert has been issued. Nearby buildings were evacuated. And SWAT is currently on scene. And then we have 2 more quick updates. Like I said, it happened yesterday / early this morning. The $277,000 tactical robot dog has been deployed looking for the suspect that shot 3 police officers, which are expected to survive and now in stable condition. So there's a little robot. And then the last update, the suspect is reportedly dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So that was yesterday.
Sometimes the trash takes itself out.
Exactly. It's nice when it does that for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So there's a couple more that I wanted to... Is this the one you were talking about, Barb? They
When
shot
was
at
that?
the dog?
Yesterday?
What's that? I'm sorry. Fast. What's up, buddy? I think he got cut out. I have not read Flatland yet. You just told me about it yesterday. Breaking, a Norfolk Southern train has derailed. This is the company's 3rd such incident since early February. Calhoun, Alabama. Officials are reporting about approximately 30 Norfolk Southern cars have derailed off its track early this morning. Fire officials are saying there is no danger to the public and no hazardous materials that have been released yet. This is the company's 3rd such incident since February, and the cause of the accident is under investigation. We'll look and see if the video shows anything. That looks pretty terrible. The suspect was shot 25 times. Worst case of suicide recorded.
I don't know. That one guy, in the tree and the shotgun to the chest, he still kind of got my vote.
So that's no, the dog that got shot and they were talking about, I believe, was the robot dog. So it was not a real dog. And fuck me. Well, probably they would. Breaking, multiple schools and different orgs in New York City are marching in protest for trans rights. Numerous school districts and organizations in New York City are currently marching in protest to a recently enacted bill signed into law by Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, which could potentially render drag shows unlawful. Furthermore, several states, including Florida, Kentucky, Idaho, North Dakota, Montana, Oklahoma, are currently deliberating in the prohibition of drag shows. I don't know about that. I don't think kids should go to them, but I always have a problem when people take rights away, no matter what reason.
My stance has always been what adults do on their own time is their own business, but don't take your kids to never see it. There should be a minimum 18 and up requirement.
Absolutely. What's up, Fast? You get it all set? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got kicked out all of a sudden.
Oh, you just kind of dropped out, so. But drag queens aren't trans. Exactly.
Yep.
They all look like well-adjusted people.
I'm not familiar with the background of this, but I don't think any high school age kids should be able to do protests because they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about to begin with.
No, they have no idea.
Yeah, they hear a bunch of buzzwords from somebody else.
You know,
when you get out of class.
Yeah, they're all they're in school, which is indoctrination.
You're cutting out really bad again, Fast. I think that's why you probably dropped.
I mean, this guy, he's reading off a phone.
Right.
By the way, that's not a dude. as much as they want to think otherwise.
I mean, let's not be bigots here. Yeah, Fast. You're cutting out really bad, buddy. So we're gonna keep rolling for a minute. If the kids understand it's 16 or older, that's one thing. Like my cousin took their kids to protest 9. What the fuck? They don't understand this crap. Exactly. I also don't care what adults do around adults. Yep. Want them to vote. No censorship of any adult. Not my bar, not my house, but kids. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like kids, fuck no. Make it 18 and up. But I'm not big in taking rights away from people. Kids are a different story. Like you can make it restrictive 18 and up, but I don't like taking. Grown-ups can do whatever the fuck they want. Snafu, this is your crowd, isn't it, buddy? Soros pays well. Hey, what's up, Isabel? Right. Exactly. They don't read the fucking bill. They just get talking points and go out in the street and burn shit down. I love this guy. Has anybody ever heard of Hasbullah? He's like a little person, and he fought some other little person. And
no.
He's afraid of puppies.
No. He likes cats more.
He's like 35, I think.
Like progeria or something.
They're good. No bite.
They're nice. Where'd you guys
The
get
babies.
Please. No. Like that as a pound.
I think he's funny. He's funny.
Hmm?
do you want to maybe collab on a Jan 6 full stream, or do you want me to go? Yeah, it is for sure, Dazzer. He's been having trouble with stuff, so I think that's the gap too, where he always feels like he's stepping on us because it's just a little bit behind, but
Yeah, there's a slight delay there.
yeah. So Kaiser, we can either do a story on January 6th right now, or I can save it and we can do something independent.
I think we need a deep dive on that one.
I think so too. That's what I was leaning towards. That's why I was going to ask you.
Deep dive, Rumble exclusive.
Medlock disagrees. They say there's more trees than ever in man's history. So we hold you to that. You said it now, Meaty. What did I said now? Dazzer? Whichever one you're on? Jesus Christ. What are you holding me to? I don't even remember when
Am I
that
back
was.
with you guys?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think that's your internet connection, buddy. We gotta get that figured out, because I feel like that's why you're behind talking to us and stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I think we were.
I think it's more the computer than the internet, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we, gentlemen? I think we're done. I've been streaming for about 3 hours.
I'd like a little time to do stuff.
Was that a masturbation reference? Because you rolled
No, it was just one. I got a movie that I started. I wanted to finish, and do some games.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed because I got a busy day in the morning if I want to stream.
Yep.
At lunchtime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pass the horn around, and y'all can grift your channels or whatever you. We'll start here fast. Go for it, buddy.
And say, what do you got coming up? You got anything you're planning down the pipe?
hey, I do have a couple of ideas, and it's all about self-preservation, not the whole preparation thing, but it's about self-preservation of what you do to keep your family safe and what you do on a daily basis, whether it's EDC or the preparations that you do. I want to go into more of that. I know I've had Valhalla on there and some other people talking about the 10 C's, and I want to go beyond the C's is what I call it.
Okay.
Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm not doing a lot yet. I'm trying to work up to that, trying to work out all the kinks, and I thank you guys so much for helping me try to work out these kinks. It's the mic right, the camera's right, that kind of stuff. So I appreciate all of you guys helping me. You guys have done a bunch to help me figure this stuff out. So
Yeah. No
please
worries.
go to Fast Group 75 on YouTube and Rumble. Fast Group on Rumble, and I need to get as many likes and subscribes and followers as I can get to get this stuff up and running.
And that is Fast Rumble link. And this is the YouTube link.
And I come to you for my shop. I don't have a studio. This is my shop. This is where I work. That's my Bridgeport mill behind me. Well, there we go. My lathe over there. blasting cabinet over there. I come to you for my shop, so I don't have a studio.
Hell yeah. That's the way to
I
do
actually
it.
like that better than a studio.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Kaiser, what do you got, buddy?
Well, guys, so this is going to be a fun week. I'm trying to get some additional content planned out, but big thing coming up this week, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be tackling my third episode of Edge of Reality, where we are going to be diving into some very interesting and weird stories of missing planes and ships in the Bermuda Triangle. Specifically, we're going to be covering the missing, the disappearance of Flight 19, the USS Cyclops and her sister ships, and the very strange, mysterious case of the disappearance of the cabin cruiser Witchcraft, which actually was only in the late 60s. So there's a lot of very interesting things going on there, and not a lot of it makes a lot of sense. So come on out. Let's talk about some weird stories and maybe even a Christopher Columbus tie-in to the Bermuda Triangle.
You said that's Tuesday?
Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, so wait, Thursday. Gotcha.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and there's guys with Rumble Link. He is dual streaming. Guy is a great guy. Fast Grip's a great guy. Go give him a like. Go give him a subscribe. And for me, I have a shit ton coming on the pike. I want to do a January 6th deep dive. I am doing the problem is I want to do several videos that are Rumble exclusives, and I don't want to, since I was just gone for the week, I don't want to like stack up a bunch of Rumble exclusives. So we'll keep doing this for a while. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I will try my damnedest to stream mid-morning, maybe lunchtime for maybe an hour. And then, of course, Lego stream / build stuff / showcase your talents at 8:30 tomorrow night. And then I will definitely be taking part in some kind of, maybe I'll do a Rumble weekend or something like that and do back-to-back deep dives on Rumble. I want to do the Clintons. I want to do...
Hey, Marty.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, can we talk backstage when we get out of this?
Oh, absolutely.
I got something I need to talk to you about. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So there's several things that I want to really touch on and do some deep dives. Give my opinion. Holy shit. Hang on. So that's what I got coming up. I may or may not be doing some other stuff coming up. Oh shit, hang on. I just want to check because I just got a bunch of news updates on my phone. So
While you're doing that, guys, just FYI, I don't have a date nailed down yet, but sometime here in the near future, I'm going to be trying to pin down probably something like on a weekend or something of that nature. Try and pin down a time, and we're going to start doing kind of an ancillary real talk with Kaiser that is actually going to be a watch party that will be available on my Discord. So we'll be able to go back and watch fun and classic movies or watch good movies, and we'll just kind of go through and have a good time, see how that works. So TBD.
Oh, it's just China. We knew this. China stole U.S. military secrets to create a J-20 knockoff of America's F-22 Raptor. So, I wonder who sold them to him. Swallow. Fang, fang.
Fang, fang, neek, bang, bang.
Fang, fang, ning, bang, bang. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am going to do Hottie of the Day. We'll play you out with this one. I already know you guys are gonna hate this one, but you know what? Sometimes. So
Your mic again, buddy.
thank you all for stopping by. What?
Your microphone's bad again.
I gotta figure that out. I gotta get it on. I'm gonna try and do that. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you all. And here you go. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. And we'll play you out with a hottie of the day that I know you guys are all gonna fucking hate. But deal with it.